All right, that's better. Jeez. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? I was just about to start talking. I forgot I muted. Let me switch over here in a second. Hello. What's up, everyone? I know it's early. It's early, but I figured I had the day off and had some stuff to do. And price started to kind of start pumping. Kind of do something now on the grand scheme of things. This is just a little drop in the bucket, but there's something I want to talk about and there's something I want to go over because I have my reasons that I'm bullish. And I'll kind of go over that. And that's nothing necessarily to do with Bitcoin, but just in markets in general. Who knows? I could be completely wrong, but there's a couple things that I've been looking out for in the last couple of days / I say a week or so. And to me, I definitely think that prices could definitely pump, not just on not just in Bitcoin, but in markets in general. Goji, hey Johnny, how you doing, buddy? David, how's it going? How you doing? Upside down, hey buddy, how you doing? Thanks you guys so much for stopping by. Like I said, I know it's a little bit earlier than my usual time, but I figured stuff was happening. I figured we hop on live and hang out for a little bit. But let's just kind of go over what some of the things I'm looking for. Some of the things I'm primarily looking at, and basically back up the reason why I think I am somewhat bullish. So, for me personally, let's go over BTC. Not much has really changed in regards of price action. Price has been taking its sweet time consolidating in this region here. And let me just show you off of this setup here. This is where I'm currently holding longs at. This is where I'm currently bullish from. And if price can sustain above that 18,450 of 18,500, I'm going to go ahead and where's that price label? Where's that price level? Price label. Come on. I should know this by now. I've been doing this for how long? Anyway, but 18,500. And the first place I'm looking to target is somewhere in this area up here. If prices continues to pump through that, ideally I want to see a test of this range somewhere. And depending on what price wants to do, there's different variations. One of the variations is that we could be putting in a much larger bear structure, and this could be just a longer term pullback before we continue lower. Absolutely in the cards. What I'm personally leaning towards for now is this is a completed A to a B to a C. All right, and now we're starting some sort of larger, maybe something like this to where we kind of come up here and maybe start some sort of longer term uptrend. I don't know. Those are kind of the variations I'm working with. And as long as BTC is above that 18,450, 18,500 level, I am going to remain bullish until otherwise. Let's see. Perfect for me. I'm in Europe. I figured, and a lot of people who have been watching the streams recently have been on the other side of the world, and I figured this would be a better time to go on and stream and hang out for a little bit than my usual time. So hopefully you guys can make it. I would love to have you guys here. Love hanging out. There's a couple of you just enjoying what I have to say in the price action here. So let's see what happens with BTC. ETH, pretty much same situation. You have a larger A to a B to a C. I'll go ahead and mark that with something like that. And if ETH can get it back above 1422 and sustain above that level, I'm going to go ahead and take longs and hold any sort of bullish bias until I see at least a setup that forms above that 2028. Oh, and for me, that's going to be possibly looking for a much larger A to a B to a C. Now, this doesn't mean I'm bearish. This just means that I have to take that short if it becomes available. ETH can easily just pump right through it and just forget this even happened. If that's the case, perfect. I'm okay with it. If if it gets up there and has a hard time sustaining and eventually falls back below, I might, it might be a little concerning. Definitely something I will be taking just in case. But overall, I kind of think I'm a little bit more bullish than usual. Now, let me just go over why. Let's see. Need to move to London. I don't know about London, but it would definitely be nice to have a vacation home overseas. Let's just say that. Something I can live, somewhere I can live for at least a couple months out of the year. I heard Spain's really nice. Anyway, that's a whole another conversation there, David, but definitely it definitely would make sense. I'll go over back to LTC, but I want to go over a couple things here. Actually, I don't know why I'm trying to type this in. So main reason why I'm remaining bullish is I've been keeping an eye on this. Not just the SPY, but also the ES is also like a futures version of the SPY, but the SPY itself has been doing a fantastic job at holding that 362 level to form a much larger ABC structure here. Now, does this mean that this is a permanent bottom and we're gonna go test some sort of new highs? I don't personally think so. I definitely think that we can at least come up, and if you want to follow the strategy and kind of look at the fibs, price wants to kind of possibly test this area here. Where is this? Nope, not brush. Give me the square. Possibly somewhere up here. I'm gonna put this more of like a broader zone. That's definitely a good area to look for as a area to test if it does want to continue to pump. To me, there's no significant price action that could be considered resistance until we get up to here. So if that is the case, you can easily get some sort of test to where we kind of come up here and then possibly come back down. That's where I'm gonna be looking for BTC to kind of form that bigger structure and possibly continue lower. I don't know. I have to kind of play my cards as they're dealt to me. And to me, right now, I'm kind of bullish based on how the traditional markets are doing. Dow Jones has a little bit more to go till it puts in that higher high, or that gets back above that low, at 29,650. If the Dow Jones could come up and continue to pump and hold that while the SPY is pumping as well, to me that is a good signal for me to actually remain bullish on BTC and crypto in general. I'll keep this up. I'll go back to it. Let's see. Josh VV bullish again. When Jay Powell gonna lay the smackdown? Exactly. That's the devil's advocate in me saying that, you know what? Let's just see what happens. People might get too excited playing into. I think there is a Fed meeting today. I don't know what time. Probably, I think it was usually it's 1:30, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be around my computer just to see what happens, just in case. But let's see. You never know. Just to be personally, based on what the chart says, I think things are looking decent. Maybe it could be a fake out. Who knows? But hello, how's everyone doing? I know I said that before, but there's really nothing else to talk about. I just want to make this quick and kind of just give you guys a little synopsis of what I'm currently thinking. BCH had a good setup there. XMOR's trying to maintain above that 141. Cardano's decent, actually. Cardano's actually in a decent. Nope, I don't know why I did that. Is in a decent position or a decent spot in price action. Actually, I'll go ahead and mark that out for you guys. Structure is there, undeniable. Bullish patterns in a bearish trend often fail or underperform. Exactly, Josh. That's why I'm kind of expecting not a full turnaround in the markets, but at least a good retest of the upside. It doesn't mean that we're done here and we're gonna just go to the moon. I think there's some levels. You gotta take things level by level. If you guys are here watching this and you guys are in David Tech's Discord group, I am going to be doing a Q&A / ask me anything session on his Discord channel at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't remember. I think it's 7 p.m. not Eastern, London time. David, let me know if that, I'm pretty sure that's right. Right? It's 5 hours. Yeah, it's 5 hours. So if you guys are watching, and you can ask me anything here, but I'm going to be in David Tech's Discord here in a couple hours, and I'm going to be doing pretty much giving you guys updates as well, but allowing you guys to ask me any questions ABC or trading related. The floor is open to here as well, but I definitely like doing those. It allows me to connect with you guys a lot and kind of just go back and forth, hang out, talk trading. So definitely love doing it. So if you guys are in David's Discord and you're watching this, stop by in a couple hours. And I kind of there's not, besides not really much to go over. I definitely want to take the time to allow you guys to ask me anything. I've been doing really bad with keeping a good schedule for streams, and I feel like I'm gonna do I am doing my best to keep that, but it's just sometimes things just get in the way and I just don't have time. Awesome. I'm off to work. Thank you, man. Of course, Josh. Thank you, buddy, for stopping by. David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar? To be honest, I have no idea who either of those people are. Josh, you might judge me. I have a feeling I think I know where you're going with this. Diamond D. Oh, okay. I had a feeling it was music related. Let's see. Weren't they both in Van Halen? Let me know if I'm wrong. Let's see, Joey. Hello, Johnny. I have a question about entry to the ABC strategy. I have noticed that the entry point like C is strong resistance line. Do you have a tip when to enter? For example, wait till cross up the resistance line thing. So you're talking about this ray here, Joey? Pretty much how I approach my entries, or how I do this. I'll show you, I'll give you an example. I'll do a bar replay. So let's go back in time a little bit. I'm gonna erase this like it never happened. Pretty much when I establish my entries, I go based off significant trend breaks. And to me, this is one continuous trend. Now, if we can get a significant pop, that's where I'll mark the low as an entry for a bullish ABC. All right, obviously I kind of clicked it at a particular time because I knew it was gonna pump. So now that we have a significant break, to me, I'm not worried about anything that happens up here. All I'm concerned about is if price gets back below here, right now, this is the A. All right, this is the A wave. Anything that happens above here in this area is going to be the B. And then from there, if that uptrend breaks and continues to fall, then I can form or at least have an idea that, hey, you know what, we're probably going to go ahead and break below and test this area. So once I get a significant trend break and some sort of retest of the opposite direction of the original trend, in this case, an uptrend responding to a downtrend, then I'll go ahead and mark that out. And if price tests that level, that's where I can go ahead and identify where my entry is. All right, and you guys pretty much know what happens here. All right, so as soon as price gets back below, now obviously that happened quick. I don't remember the time frame. You probably had like a decent amount of time to set a conditional. But as soon as price gets back below the entry of the A, all right, and remember, I identify the A once the trend is broken. That becomes your pivot point. Once price gets back below and comes back above, I immediately enter. I don't wait for any candle body closes. I don't wait for anything else to tell me when to enter. I immediately go based off price. So it was kind of quick, but you had time to set a conditional. I literally set a conditional just slightly above the line, and pretty much is almost. So if I entered at 18, let's see, if the line is at 18,455, I'm entering at like 18,460, 18,465. I give myself a little bit of wiggle room from the exact bottom, but not that much. Not to the point to where I like lose that potential good entry point. I pretty much do it as soon as price gets back above. So hopefully that answers that question, Joey. That's pretty much, it's the same thing vice versa. If I find a significant uptrend in price and I get a good break, I wait for price to come up, break that level, and reclaim it to the downside from each short. So for like, let me give you an example for future case reference. All right. I know that on a longer term scale, to me, this is one significant trend. And then now this becomes another significant trend. So the next piece of the puzzle is, okay, if this is going to be longer term bearish, I want to see an upside and a break of that high at about 25,240. If price can get above there, struggle to sustain and get back below and stay below that line, to me, that's a short signal. Now, it doesn't mean that we're going to go all the way down, to 10K. Possibly, I don't know. I gotta have to stick to my entries and let them play out. And then this scenario does play out to where price pumps and we get some sort of good entry on a bigger structure, something like this. I was just about to draw something. All right, and if I do see something like this come up, I will not take profit on the long. I will hold it, because at this point, this is such a major decision point in the market that either, I'm not saying they're going to be extremes, but whatever move is going to happen is going to be a much larger move. If price sustains and continues up, I personally think that this kind of confirms the idea of what I mentioned before, which on a traditional pattern basis is more of a Adam and Eve. Oh, that was a terrible. More of an Adam and Eve. To me, that's huge. If that can form and hold, that is huge for price. On a longer term bullish scale, that is big. That is a big bullish signal to me. However, price can still form that and also fail and continue lower. Fail to push new highs. So that allows me to prepare myself for both scenarios just in case that does happen. So that's a good example for you, Joey, in the future term, and I guess just the future in general. If price can get back above that 25,277, I'll go ahead and short that in preparation for a larger move down. My job isn't to predict the exact bottom or to predict the exact top. Basically, my job is to determine the ideas that price gives me, and go from there. Based on the strategy that I use, price pretty much can tell me where it wants to go. For example, this ABC that we talked about here that's currently holding, to me, this is price telling me that it wants to be bullish. it can easily just reverse, keep going down. You know, we have another level to test back down here. So if that does want to happen, definitely could happen, and I'll still remain bullish based on that level. But if it breaks and comes back above at 17,615, I will definitely still remain bullish as well. Duper, what's up, Johnny? How you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope things are going well. I've seen you on Kite Stream a couple times though, so thank you for stopping by. I was playing ETH at 1280, kept getting slapped in the face and lost that level when I AFK. Now I'm planning to play to 14. Yeah, upside down. The exact same thing happened to me. I was playing that level, but as price kind of developed on ETH here, I got stopped out a couple times. To me, if price just went straight up from here and kind of formed a bigger uptrend, I would have been more inclined to play that. But now that I see how this is going to play out, I'm favoring that 1420. Another scenario is you can easily come back down and form a lower low at like 1211. If that happens, that is a larger structure I'm willing to play, but I'm only going to be prioritizing only taking a half position on this. I'm not going to be taking a full size position on this. That's just me personally. You probably could, to be honest. I just personally think that I'm going to stick more with the bigger idea or the bigger structure of 1420. To me, that's going to be a little bit more long-term bullish, or at least it's going to hold more strength for me. Yes, Van Halen. Oh, yeah, Josh, yeah. Well, Eddie Van Halen's the GOAT. Cheers. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. Do you ever scalp with ABC? Good question, Goji. I have done it before. The biggest problem with scalping is that you have to really know what's going to happen in order to capitalize on smaller time frames. And when price action does something sloppy like this, to me, you can probably scalp if price is aggressively trending in one way. But when you get stuff like this, or like possibly this would be a decent range. You know, you could develop some smaller range and play, but to me personally, I think price does better aggressively trending on one direction, trying to scalp. Like I can go to a 15-minute, I can go to a 5-minute zoom. Actually, that's not probably not a good example. I'm curious to see how you would have done. Now, if this isn't scalping to you, Goji, I mean, you do have this one here as well. I'd personally try to play the smaller setup. The problem with doing this is that you don't know where. I mean, you could kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together and say, look, if I'm going to short, probably a good idea to target is that. But let's see what the R&R of this trade would have been. You probably would have had to use something ridiculous R&R or stop loss wise. All right, yeah, you could have used a 0.5. I would have taken profit on the test there. I probably would have done it again here. Let's see. Like I said, I don't know. This is not real time for me, so I can't sit here and say that I would exactly play these positions. But just going based off of what I see. All right, to be honest, you probably would have done decent for a little bit. Eventually, you would have tried playing this one. A to a B to a C. All right, I'm gonna be real. Maybe on trending or sideways price action, you could do decent. Just with my experience, I feel like playing into a trend using smaller time frames might be better. But you would have done actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. How many times when you got stopped? I don't think. All right, maybe. I want to look at this. You're right, great. You're making me think, Goji. You're making me think. You would have hit that on the first try, but that would have been a 9. This would have been like an 8.5. You would have got stopped out. Probably looks like at least 3 to 4 times. This, I believe, you only would have got. I don't think you would have got stopped out at all. This, I believe, you might have got. No, not stopped out on this one either. Goji. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you are gonna do something like this, tread very lightly. Use like, let's say, if I'm using 1% on my normal setups, I would probably risk like 0.25%, possibly like 1/10, like 0.1 to 0.25 at the most, because you can easily find yourself getting stopped out multiple times. Which time frame do you usually use for the ABC then? So Joe, I'm sorry if I confused you going into the smaller time frame. I primarily use the 30-minute to 2-hour, but the most important thing is not time frame. The most important thing is perspective. Is I can sit here, go to an hour and do this, pretty much what you saw me do before, and be a crackhead. But that doesn't really change anything. That's still not productive to what matters. It's all about perspective. And to me, you have to go kind of to like the longer term time frames to get a better perspective. And I'm not saying like go to like an 8-hour. So to me, I think when you're doing this, it gets to a point where it gets too zoomed out. It's kind of hard. I mean, you're kind of getting into macro positions, spot territory where you take spot positions off of larger ABCs. For me, the sweet middle ground, like the sweet spot, is a 30-minute to an hour. Sorry, 30-minute to 2-hour. I usually start off with the 2-hour if I'm new, if I'm looking at something new. But if I'm familiar with the setups that I have already, I'll go to an hour. From there, if I'm zoomed out all the way, like, oh, sorry, I'm zoomed out all the way on the scroll wheel. I can't sit there and zoom out anymore. I am spinning this thing. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I doubt it, but I am slamming this mouse wheel because I cannot scroll out anymore. And, this also matters as well. I'm not telling you guys to go like super zoomed out like this where you can't see anything, but find like a good, find a good sweet spot. As long as you can see what's available. And if you can't get a setup based on what you see on this perspective, then to me, it's not relevant. Like I kind of showed you guys on ETH, like kind of the, what are the scalps that you could have possibly taken. But look on the larger time frame, the setups, you don't really, you would have to really kind of squint your eyes and really kind of zoom and look into your screen to see the setups that I showed you before. So it's primarily 30 minutes to 2 hours, Joey. And from there, I'm zoomed out all the way. Sorry for the confusion. The heck? Oh. See, this was the time I was supposed to be waking up. My alarm just went off, and I was very confused for a second. Usually on my days off, I kind of like to sleep in. But for some reason today, woke up early. I just couldn't go back to sleep. I didn't go to bed till like 3 a.m., 2 to 3 a.m. around there. So, and plus I got work tomorrow, so it's going to be easier for me to get back into the schedule. I figured, you know what? Let's be productive today. I have some stuff that I worked on this morning. I have some things that I'm working on the side, trying to figure some stuff out for the future. Some cool things. Been going back and forth with a couple people. Definitely have some cool ideas for you. Some things I want to share with you guys. It's all in the works. A lot of it is just up to me. I have some people helping me out, but maybe I'll get to that, or at least I'll get started on some of the things I've been working on. One of the things I want to do, let me know if you guys are interested in this. I want to create some sort of like checklist, or some sort of like, how do I say this? No, I guess checklist is the best way to go. Basically give you guys like a format to what to look for, and basically go through the checklist. You know, what if everything's in check, everything's good on your end when you're viewing ABCs and doing this on your own, I think it'll help you guys become a little bit more confident in the setups that you take. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. I think it's a good idea. Is that not a line? Sorry, this is I have like a little bit of maybe, yeah, let's do it this way. That looks more in line. Okay. Let's see, it's okay. Okay, thanks. No, it's okay. Okay, good. I just want to make sure I didn't confuse you, Joey. So I figured it's the beginning of the month. I haven't done this in a while, so this is forgive me. I'm going to go ahead and basically recommend, if you guys are interested in learning more from me and how I do the ABC strategy, learning how to basically get your trading ideas and basically just get yourself aligned and how to get yourself in the right mindset, how to approach trading in the correct way. I do have my own Discord group where I provide video tutorials, examples. I have everything from ABC stuff to basic DCAing, basically everything from soup to nuts that you're gonna need to know in regards to trading. I'm gonna go ahead and just shill my stuff here for a second. Basically, you get access to real-time setups from me. Unfortunately, you know, this isn't as active as I want it to be, which is a good and bad thing. But the primary focus of the Discord is the lessons. So I just uploaded something earlier last week. Basically, I have a step-by-step tutorial how I approach the ABC method. I also go over trading psychology stuff, which this is something I do need to continue to work on. I have some ideas, some things I want to put into this, because this to me is more important than the actual trading stuff, or just as important. I also have basic leverage trading tutorial stuff, basically how to use risk properly, how to set up your risk. I go over like the basic method, going over how I got into trading and how this evolved into the ABCs, looking at local lows, local highs, basically playing support and resistance. I feel like you guys should definitely know how to do that. I don't know if you guys should read it. It's the best way to approach trading. Am I wearing the same shirt in this video? I think I'm wearing the exact same shirt. Son of a gun, I am wearing the exact same shirt. Let's see. Duper, if you're going to stack one privacy coin, Zcash or XMR. Me personally, I just like XMR more. If you guys are interested in signing up, I want to sit down and figure out what's the best way to structure the Discord, to be honest. Right now there is a monthly option available, so my goal isn't to get you guys to stay forever and pay monthly forever. I want you guys to get in and out, or if you guys are interested in staying, there's a lifetime option. You guys aren't obligated to do that though. It helps me, it supports me. But I really would appreciate it if you guys are interested in learning more from me and basically how to get yourself in a better trading position, or at least a better position in your trading career. I don't know why, that's what I meant to say. So check out the Patreon link in the description if you guys are interested in that. If not, all good. Thank you guys so much for showing up, saying hello, asking good questions. That's all I really that's all I really not ask, but that's all I really. Wow, I can't speak today. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. That means the world to me. Yes, Joey, the link's in the description of the video. There's a Patreon link. Feel free. I also offer other services as well. I got to do my best to condense everything. I feel like everything's in one spot. You know, some people have asked me for consultations. That's available. I might do that separately. One-on-ones is also available too if you need help. I do charge by the hour, unfortunately. My goal isn't to get you guys to sign up for the one-on-ones. I want you guys to learn from the videos and get that as much as possible. Some people do need it. I've had a couple people hit me up privately asking for one-on-ones, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you guys are interested in any of that, check out the Patreon link. I would appreciate it. Let's see. Hey, Johnny, how do you handle getting kicked out of trades numerous times and then missing the trade that works out because you were sleeping? Great question, Alif. Great question. So I pretty much have a system. So let's do this from basically from how I would approach, for example, this position if I were sleeping. The first thing I do, all right, is set an alert when price gets below the original A. So if I go back to price action here, all right, now I'm just going to just play this a little bit just to show you guys. All right, so you have a significant break coming up any moment now. There you go. From there, I would set an alert. I can't do it now because I'm in replay mode, but basically set an alert on the break of the A. All right, and so whenever that happens, you are well aware that, okay, you know what, my setup is active. I need to set a conditional. As soon as you get that lower low, go over to Bybit, set your conditional for the appropriate entry. You know, in that case, it's going to be 18,468. Just an example. Set an alert on Tradingview. All right. But here's an important thing. When you're sleeping, I personally I have speakers. Okay. So I have speakers set up. And what I do is I will set an alert, set my audio device to speakers. And when you do that, before you go to bed, make sure you click back. So I'll give you an example. I'll show you guys here. I'm not going to do it because it's going to fuck with my sound settings. But go here, go to sound. All right. And then click speakers. All right. And when you click speakers, make sure you exit out of this. Set the appropriate volume. Basically, like, I'm sorry if that was loud, but basically make sure that's the appropriate volume that you guys want. All right. And make sure you click back into Tradingview, because if you're just stuck on this menu, or if you're stuck in the volume menu after you change your voice settings around, it's not going to register the alert on the speaker, if that makes sense. Like, the alert will go off, but you won't hear it. And then from there, your alert will go off. You know, I've done this plenty of times. It's pretty much I'm a zombie in my sleep. I'll roll over. Now, I use my phone. All right. Mobile device. Even though I sleep right there, I can pretty much get up, go into my computer. It's a lot faster for me to go on Tradingview on my, not Tradingview, Bybit on my phone. Just confirm my entry. After you do that, make sure your stop loss is set correctly, and go ahead and set an alert on your stop loss after you get filled. All right. And you can do this all on your phone. You don't have to go back to your computer. As long as you set everything up the way I showed you in the beginning, to where you set the appropriate sound settings and click back into Tradingview, you can set everything on your phone, and you don't have to go back to your computer once it goes off. So what I do is I set a alert on my stop. So if I get stopped out, and let's say in the same night, let's say like 30 minutes or even 10 minutes later, I'll wake back up, set the conditional again, make sure my risk is adjusted. Basically, I can kind of ballpark it. Make sure the risk is adjusted, and do the same thing over. Send alert on a conditional. Once that goes off, check your stop loss, send alert on the stop loss. If the stop loss goes off, do it again. Just make sure you're adjusting your risk. You know, it hasn't happened in a while, but there have been nights where I would get stopped out maybe 6-7 times in one night. And one of the problems with that is, depending on your risk, how your risk is set up, you might have to actually go ahead and kind of calculate or recalculate your risk to make sure you're not over risking. But for me personally, I can ballpark it. I have a good idea. Sometimes I undershoot. It's better to undershoot your risk than overshoot. So Alif, hopefully that's like the step-by-step process of how I do it. Let me know if that was help at all. And that's something people miss. I know I've had a couple people tell me, hey, I've done all this, it doesn't work. But they forget to click back in the Tradingview. And what also you can do as well is, like, I have a desk setup. You know, I have 2 monitors. I basically, like, I can pretty much reach over and touch where I sleep. I could actually still turn off my monitors. So as long as my sound settings are correct and hooked up to an external speaker, make sure the speaker is not set up to your monitor, because if you power off your monitor and your speakers are set up to your monitor, they're not going to go off. I have an extra set of external speakers. You can get a cheap $20 pair. I think more like $15-20 from Micro Center. You can order ones off Amazon. As long as they're set up, you tested the noise and clicked back into Tradingview, you should be able to just do the rest without even getting up from bed. So hopefully that helps. All right, let's see. Sorry, I just got a Discord notification. All right, so you guys, let's see. How you guys doing today? It's weird. It feels weird being here at like lunchtime. You know, it's 11:45 here. I'm usually in the trenches at work. I can't wait to do this full time at some point. If things work out like me and Kite are thinking gonna work out this bull run, the accounts that we're both in are gonna be sitting nice and pretty. I'll definitely be able to switch to doing this full time. We both have had like sidebar conversations about where this can possibly go. And let me switch out of replay mode so I don't confuse you guys. Is there anything else you guys want me to look at coin wise? Oh wow, KDA even put in another low. Don't mind me, folks. I'm just kind of just looking at a couple things. Feel free to ask me any questions, or if you guys want me to look at anything in particular, now's the time to ask. Oh, if you guys don't know this, random sidebar comment, or I guess list thing in general, you can trade leverage on Flux now. You can use leverage on Flux pair, but only on Femex. If you guys are interested in signing up for Femex, I do have an affiliate link for that. It's not necessarily a requirement, but I would appreciate it. All my stuff should be in the link in the description. When it comes to referral codes, whether you're looking to sign up for Bybit or Femex, I would appreciate it dearly. Again, not required. I feel like such a shill, but I'm not like some of these Twitch streamers on here basically yelling at audiences for not subscribing. What was that one girl's name who basically was like, it's $5. If you guys can't afford to give me $5, I don't know what you're doing with your lives. It was that is crazy. If I ever get to that point, guys, send me away. Get me canceled. Send me to an asylum. That's the next level of cringe right there. I kind of want to play this. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll play the video. Jay, what time frame do you look at mostly for the ABC? Great question. To me, I go anywhere from 30 minutes to the 2 hour. That's kind of like a broad like range right there. Ideally, if I know what I'm looking at, like for BTC, I know my ideas. Like I have my ideas fresh in my head, so I already know what I'm looking for. I pretty much go to a 30 minute to an hour and focus on the bigger perspective. But that's the key thing. That's the most important thing when you're looking at the ABC method and trying to trade this. It's mostly about perspective. It's about understanding where you are in structure and can you zoom out and see the bigger range. Even on the 1 hour, usually I have this like more spread out, but you won't be able to see it because my face is blocking it. But usually I have, sometimes I even full screen it. If I full screen it, you could see basically what's important here. And from there, you can easily identify the levels here. I'll move that over because I think my face is in the way. You know, you can sit here and do that. You can sit here and identify short setups. That one, and you also have this one coming up here if this price decides to pump. So that's the most important thing, is understanding the perspective and where you are at in price. I mostly just condense this because I want you guys to see the chart and not have my face block certain parts of it. This is the video. I don't know how loud this is gonna be.
Twitch, the online to really like, has birthed another controversy. And no, it's not what you're thinking. It doesn't involve Valorant streamers, you know, putting fake drops in their titles.
Oh, come on. I don't want to hear your commentary.
I'll show you with the power of editing.
It doesn't really matter how much money you make or how much money you have. That's really the thing. Because I'm not asking you for a large financial contribution. If it costs $20 to sub, $20 is quite a bit of money. $20 is you can get a full meal for $20. And the difference of $20 and eating a meal is in that $20. Like, that's where it is. But a sub is
This
$5
is crazy.
at maximum in whatever your currency.
I know this is old
it's
news.
Maybe $10. And it doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying to earn money. It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so
This is
irresponsible with
absolutely
my money,
crazy.
I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
If I ever get to that point, check me into a mental institution. But every time I try to show my stuff, that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm doing that. At least I provide some value. Okay, never mind. We're not going to go there. At least help you guys out. At least try to. Why am I getting so many emails? Like I said, I don't plan on staying on here all day. I do have a session to do on David Tech's Discord. So if you guys are watching and you're from David Tech's group, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate you coming in, hanging out, asking me good questions. I'm going to be in his Discord doing an Ask Me Anything session. Basically anything trading related, ABC related. If you guys aren't in David's Discord, I should probably get a link, like an invite link. I'll do that after the stream. It's pretty accessible. But he's got, his group is mostly focused around like trading bots and all that stuff. I definitely think if you're looking for that kind of stuff, definitely the place to be. Not necessarily my cup of tea. But definitely not close to not willing to learn. So David asked me to do basically what I do here on his Discord and kind of give you guys more real-time updates, allow you guys to ask me anything. Definitely love doing it. So if you guys are around and not doing anything, you guys have any more questions, feel free to tune in. That's going to be it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. London. I believe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, those are the most important time frames. If you're anywhere east of that, I know like Romania is like 7 hours. Yeah, 7 hours ahead of me. Vlad, if you're watching, I think that's your time zone. I don't remember. All right, folks, we're getting about, I'm just going to call it at the hour mark just because I know I have some stuff to do before I get on stream. I figure I'd hop in, give you guys a little update, give you guys a little, a couple ideas I'm looking for. From there, it's pretty much it. If you guys made it this far and you guys are watching still, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, asking great questions, just tuning in. I really appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me. If you guys are watching a replay and you made it this far, holy shit. Thank you guys so much for making it this far. I really do appreciate you. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate it if you haven't. Like the video if you can, comment. You don't have to. Like I said, this is enough for me. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate every single one of you for stopping by, watching, hanging out, saying hello, asking me great questions, everything above. Let's see. Tal. Love your content, Johnny. Cheers. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Upside Down, great stuff. Thank you. I hope you guys definitely learned something today. That's my goal. The goal is to help you guys learn something every day. If not, give you a little refresher. Eventually, this stuff will become like part of your life. ABC is love. ABC is life. Unfortunately, that's the motto. But I hope you guys definitely took away something from this stream. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. I'm going to be shooting for Wednesday. Wait, was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday I bailed. No. When was the last time I streamed? I don't remember what the last time I streamed was. My channel 5 days ago. Okay, so it was Wednesday. Okay. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I will catch you guys. If you guys aren't going to stop by David Tech's AMA session coming up in a couple hours, I will see you guys on the next stream, which is going to be Wednesday, usual time. Fortunately, it won't be early like this. I don't necessarily have the time right now to do that. So in the future, definitely will. But we'll go from there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys on the next one. Be good, be safe. Come up with a plan, trade the plan, stick to the plan. You use good risk management. Don't be afraid of getting stopped. I can sit here and tell you guys, give you guys good pointers all day, but I'm gonna go ahead and call it on that note. I love every single one of you. Have a good rest of your day, guys.